Station of Minnesota. We have Barb Larson in studio. She is the director of membership, right?
And
At the
events.
chamber. And events.
And events at the Faribault Chamber of Commerce and Tourism, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Your favorite Christmas song is?
White Christmas.
And your favorite movie is White Christmas.
It is.
So why wouldn't that surprise me?
You know, our family, for as long as I've been alive and can remember, watched that movie, and so I could probably sing all the songs and recite all the lines. It's got a special place in my heart, with my mom and my dad.
Do you watch it every year?
Oh, a couple times. I've already seen it, probably 2 or 3 times, and I'll probably watch it again a few more times.
Like on Christmas, maybe?
Perhaps, yeah.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby. Who else is it?
Vera Ellen, Rosemary Clooney, Danny Kaye.
Oh yeah, they have some really good singers in there.
The music and the dancing it's just such a fun story.
They don't make movies like that anymore, Barb.
They don't. Darn it.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess, you know, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. I think it's maybe hard to recreate some of those things. I know some movies that have been recreated and done not quite as good as the original.
No, well, nothing is ever as good as the original.
Right, so
I don't think.
Yeah.
It's like the first Star Wars, nothing will ever match them.
I have no idea. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Sorry.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people in the world that aren't, and there are a lot of people in the world that are.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to have a record opening this weekend.
My sister and her family went last night to the opening, and I saw on the television news the other night that there was, I believe it was Roseville at the theater that was showing the opening Star Wars movie. People started camping out at midnight for the next night, so because it was open seating. You could buy your ticket, but no reserve seating, so crazy.
I would never do that.
No, nor would I. Although, for a good piece of chocolate, I might do it.
Oh my, you hear that?
Yeah, chocolate, that's got a place in my heart as well.
Yesterday was National Covered Chocolate Anything Day or something like that.
Oh, I missed that.
You did.
I don't know how that happened.
You know, listen to us in the morning, you know about this part.
Well, I do listen always at my desk when I get to work in the morning, the 8 o'clock news, and from there on.
Oh.
But it must have been early, I missed it.
No,
Darn.
I usually try to use it in both. Anyway, we're here to talk about chamber events. The kickoff event's the gala, right?
That is our big annual event, which is Saturday, February 6th at the American Legion. However, we have a one-time event in 2016 that will be our first event of the year. And for the people that follow the Faribault Daily News and on the radio, they will know that in 2015 we did a 40 under 40 project where we honored 40 individuals under 40 years old that are making significant change and have good, deep engagement in the community. And so that event is going to be held on Thursday, January 7th, where we will bring all 40, or as many as can attend, all 40 of our honorees together, and we will be honoring them.
Awesome. We'll talk more about that. How's that?
Got just a little excited there talking about the concessions.
A baseball diamond smack down in the middle of my cornfield here. Lights,
Hopefully your listeners get that enthusiasm.
Okay, but I've already got my field of dreams. Really? Where'd you build it?
I didn't build it.
Well, they got my concession stand to work using. I forgot they had one out last year.
Well, they've got some of the best.
Maybe you can hand out 2 this year.
Strong emergence, excellent standability, fast dry down, and all the
Bart.
best agronomic traits.
Yeah, but what about yields?
Dolman hybrids consistently rank among the very best in state yield trials, year in and year out.
To learn how Dolman corn hybrids can turn every field into a field of dreams, contact your local Dolman seed dealer or visit dolmanseed.com.
You staying in Faribault for
You know
Christmas?
anyone who wants to buy some perfectly
You
good
staying in
bleachers?
Faribault for Christmas?
Contact Randy Wolpert in Montgomery, 507-330-30.
Again, we're going to visit with Barb Larson. She gave us a really nice teaser there before we have the opening market report about a special event that's coming up on January 7th. I was looking for a calendar here to see what day January 7th is on, Barb.
It is a Thursday,
Okay,
Gordy.
all right. Thanks for helping me with that.
Sure.
I guess we don't have a 2016 calendar in here, do we?
It
Still have
doesn't-
December up there.
It does, well, it is still December. We
Yeah.
have a few more days.
Right, but I mean, usually they have a little calendar of the
Oh.
previous month and the next
Sure.
month on the same, right?
I guess, yeah.
But I don't see one of those.
I don't
couldn't
either.
see that far anyway.
Yeah. Nor do I.
But that's okay. It's a Thursday, January 7th. Is everybody invited to this, all the public?
Yes and no. That's not a very good answer, not concise answer. We have invited all 40 of our honorees, and they're inviting their family, their friends, and their coworkers. It's also our monthly business after hours, which is a member event. So we're going to be at the Elks from 4:30 to 6:30. There is a social hour from 4:30 to 5:30. And then we're going to have a program that follows where we will be announcing or introducing each of the honorees. We are very, very fortunate that Gary Kinseth is going to be kind of our keynote speaker. Faribault Foods is sponsoring this event for us. And of course, everyone in Faribault knows Gary Kinseth. And because this program talks about leadership and engagement in the community, Gary is going to talk a little bit about how he became involved as a volunteer and how he grew and developed and enhanced his own skill as a community leader. And hopefully it will inspire these young people, because they're all under 40, to continue the path that they're on, and maybe inspire some people that haven't really been involved or volunteered to come forward, because as we know, there is always a volunteer position or availability for volunteers in every area of the community.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And of course, Gary, as a volunteer and serving as a councilman, as our mayor, EDA, all kinds of things, really loves and has embraced Faribault. So he was a really easy choice for us when we were looking at who do we want to talk about how volunteer grows you and your community.
Right. Yeah, he was on the council a long time.
Yeah. We've seen a couple things with his name on over the years. And of course, with his leadership, Faribault Foods, with their huge expansion, the largest expansion that we're going to see in our lifetime, under his leadership. So, we're grateful for Gary and people like Gary in our community.
So these young people can learn a lot from him.
They can learn a lot, although I have to say that the trails and journeys that they're on, and the paving of the way that they are going forward is really the change that we're seeing in Faribault. We have, of course, people that were named that we know, that were, I hate to use the term, our usual suspects, people that we see at events or on boards, but we had some people that kind of came up through the shadows, and we weren't aware of these people. So it's really nice to see people being honored and recognized that are kind of in the background and don't necessarily need to be in the forefront, because there are many, many aspects of volunteering and community leadership that you don't have to be on the front line. And so, it takes a village. It takes many, many people. And we had so many great volunteers. We could only name 40. We could have named more. That doesn't mean that the people that didn't get named aren't worthy of the recognition, but when the committee, looked at all of the criteria, coming down to the last 2 or 3, it was tough because we had multiple names yet on the slate. And
well,
so,
there's another year in 2016.
well, this is a 1-year program. This program actually came to fruition as the city did the visioning, the 2040 visioning. We thought, what is Faribault going to look like in 2040, 25 years from now? And through some work in the chamber world and contacts that we have, we heard about programs other communities and chambers had done honoring people that were making a difference. And so we thought, we'll take 40 people under 40 years old for the 40 under 40, and we will recognize them. So a one-time event for us. I do have to say that at the Chamber, we've had a number of calls from people in the community that have called and said, we have to commend you on this. This is one of the best programs community-wide that you've done, and thank you for reaching out and recognizing people.
Yeah. Well, I have to be can I be totally honest here?
You can.
When I heard of the 40 under 40, I thought, how are they going to get 40 people? But you did it, obviously.
Oh my gosh, and like I said, there are people that could have been honored had we done 40 under 50 or 50 under 40,
Yeah.
or 60. The names just kept coming, and as we did the research on our honorees, it was like, well, this person also is kind of in the background at this place, or this person works with this person. So it was not an easy task for the committee, but it was very rewarding and fulfilling to know that as we go down the path to 2040, our community is in really good hands.
Yeah.
We have people that have great leadership skills and knowledge and are deeply rooted and committed to the growth and development of Faribault.
2040, I'll be 82 years old.
Oh my gosh, well, I'll be right up there with you. Yikes, whoever thought?
Well, it's part of the whole life process, right?
It is.
But it's hard to imagine yourself at that age, isn't it?
It is. I know, I think of my grandma in her 80s, and gosh, I didn't think people, as a child, I didn't think people lived that long.
Yeah, that seemed like a long, long time, and now you're, not that far away. Just
Well,
the way it
thanks
goes.
for that.
Well, no, I mean, we aren't. We're a quarter century away.
Right, absolutely, I know.
25 years ago, buying a blink, you know that, Barb.
It does, absolutely.
I'll never forget. We're celebrating my dad's 80th birthday. Take him out to a nice restaurant. All the family sitting around the table. And he he blows out the one candle on the cake because otherwise you'd burn the restaurant down with 80
Right.
candles. But anyway, he burns out the candle, and we're all saying, how does it feel to be 80? And he's looking at us all and saying, you'll be here someday.
Sure, hopefully we make it.
And at the time I was, I don't remember, I was just under 40 or something, and I asked him what it felt like to be 80, and he said, doesn't feel a whole lot different than when I was 70, or when I was 60.
Yeah.
I've noticed a difference as I get older, haven't you, Barb?
Well, I think that, obviously our bodies tell us we're not 20 or 30.
Right.
But I think that our spirit and our the things that are important to us continue to grow and hopefully keep us young.
I did notice he mellowed over the years.
Well, perfect. Yeah.
I think he realized that some stuff isn't worth getting upset over.
Well, I think that, older and wiser, we learn that we have to accept the things we cannot change and do the best we can with what we have.
Yeah, let go of some of that stuff.
Yep.
But I remember him saying that you'll be 80 before you know it.
Probably. Blink of an eye.
I commented to him that the first 40 years were going by fast for me, and he said, wait till the next 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before I knew it, I was 50, Barb.
There you have it.
That's how it goes. Anyway, the Chamber has that January 7th event. The gala's on Super Bowl weekend, right?
It is Saturday, February 6th. We always have our annual gala the first Saturday of February. It is when we celebrate our membership and, of course, recognize and thank our volunteers that make us the organization we are. We bring in our new board chair, who for 2016 is Joe Cullinan. He's the store director at Hy-Vee. Rod Gramsey has been our board chair in 2015 and has done an amazing job and has really helped continue the work that we do with workforce development, career development. Joe is going to focus a little bit on retail as being a grocery store and liquor store and convenience store, but he's also going to work on customer service. We hear that when we say we're going to work on customer service, people say, you know, I think some stores could use some help. Either they don't have a training program or it's not something that's high on their radar. So we're going to help with Joe's leadership. We're going to help develop and revisit customer service so that as people are shopping locally, they're being treated well and want to continue to do business. I think that in a small community like ours, it's very important and it's appreciated when you go into a local business that you're greeted by your name if people know you, and perhaps they know your shopping history a little bit. And so that's something that we want to revisit. Of course, we'll continue with all of our big plans and annual things. We will be having our 25th Business Expo, April 21st. So we have some plans underway to make that bigger and better than ever. That is, of course, business-to-business networking, but open to the public. Our Faribault's Future class, we're in our 19th year. So in 2016, we'll graduate our 19th class. So we have over 200 alumni of that program. And of course, talking about the 40 under 40 piece, Faribault's Future, you know, we really try to help people develop or enhance their leadership skills. And the community part of that program is developed from the Blandon Community Leadership Program. And there are many people that are familiar with what the Blandon Community Leadership Program is. But we visit 8 elements of a healthy community, the things that make us healthy as a community. And it's infrastructure and services, and safety and security, inclusion, community leadership, infrastructure, oh my gosh, there's just, you know, a number of things. And so those people, it's hopeful that after doing the program, they step forward either in their work or in the community or maybe in a group that they're involved with and hone and bring forth the leadership skills that they have developed. We are sadly going to be saying goodbye to Brian Knutson from South Central College, who has for the last 4 or 5 years been the facilitator of the leadership part of our program. Brian's retiring from South Central College.
You're kidding. Brian's retiring?
I know, hard to believe, isn't it?
Come on,
He's just a
Brian.
young pup.
Yeah, what are you doing retiring?
Yeah, I know it. We have such a great partnership with the college on that, and Brian has brought so much to that program that he is going to be missed. There are some big shoes to fill, but we know that our partnership with the college, or we're hopeful that we'll have someone that will step in and will perhaps put a new spin on some of the leadership things, but we'll continue to make it the quality program that it is.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with change.
There's nothing wrong with change, but you know, we get comfortable with what's working, and Brian is a special personality and loved by many, many people, so he'll be missed.
He'll still be around. He's not going to be dead.
No. He'll be around, and he's retiring in January, but is going to finish the year with us, which our commencement then happens in June. So, but you know, with more chamber things, we'll continue to be the agency for the tourism office. We have a tourism commission, and we work with the city and the commission and all of the lodging properties and all of the businesses. So there's some big plans with tourism. I know that Nort has been in and visited with you a number of times, keeping folks involved, and there is some more Main Street holiday things going on tomorrow. Check out the Main Street website or call the chamber office for details. And then our advocacy work. You know, we are the effective voice of business. We promote growth and prosperity. The chamber is a membership organization. We really rally behind our members and help them with things that maybe they don't have time for or don't understand. If there is a legislative issue or a city ordinance or something that's going on that's affecting them, we want to be able to step in and alongside them or on their behalf lobby to help them so that they can focus on growing their business and let us work on the legislative piece, and they don't have to, yes, they have to be concerned about it, but we will help them so they can really focus on the meat and potatoes of their business, and we'll help them with the other things.
Barb Larson is the Director of Membership and Events at the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce.
I am starting my 10th year, yes.
And she's in studio today on AMSO. We just have a few minutes left of the program. Barb, anything else you wanted to touch on before I let you go?
Well, I do want to say that we are about 470 members strong.
Let's get over 500 this year.
Yeah, we really have saturated about 65% of the business community. So if there's someone that you're doing business with that is not a member, that you think would value and benefit from membership, ask them to either call me or contact me at the Chamber office, 334-4381, or Barb at faribault.youtube, and I'm happy to pay a visit to them, or any of our staff will do so as well. Membership is open to all businesses in the community, and we really work to make Faribault a better community so that people want to live here, work here, visit here. And of course, the work that we do takes dollars, so membership support is very important. But we always try to remember that what we can do with one voice, collectively as numerous voices, we can do so much better.
Oh, sure. With social media and everything nowadays.
Absolutely. And I have to say we have a strong board of directors that represents a broad array of our businesses in the community, large and small. I will tell you that about 80 to 85% of our membership is small business, and that is classified as 5 or fewer employees. So we really are a vast array of what makes Faribault us. And I will tell you just quickly one more thing, that our theme, every year we have a theme. In 2016, our theme is going to be We Are Faribault, and we want that to represent everything that makes us Faribault. All of the great businesses, all the people, all the nonprofits, all of our historical value, everything that makes us Faribault, we are going to embrace that and celebrate it.
So is that going to be on our signs now? We Are Faribault?
That is our theme for 2016, kicking off at our gala. That is not what the city will choose, perhaps.
Okay. It's just the chamber's
This is
theme.
our chamber. Yeah, every year we have a theme. So this year it was Your Vision, Your Future. We kind of went off the city's visioning process, and so we had a crystal ball. And
I got an idea for a bar.
okay.
You know, We Are Faribault.
Mhm.
You know the song We Are Family.
Yes.
You should write a song.
Oh my gosh.
We Are Faribault.
That is not in my job description, writing a song, and I have no musical ability, but I know people. Perhaps that could happen.
We Are Faribault. I can think of a couple of lines right off the top of my head.
You know, nothing's off the table right now, so if you have a great idea, let us know. But we want to embrace and celebrate all that makes us Faribault, the great community that we are and that we all love.
Well, part of it is our inclusiveness.
Absolutely. And you know, Faribault is changing. It's not the community it was 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago, and it's going to continue to change.
Yep.
And change is good. So we have to embrace it. We have to move forward and work together because we're a team. Faribault is a team.
Well, I have to tell you, the people, if they were to come back from the time machine from 1900 and see Faribault today, they'd see a lot of changes.
But you know, with that same thought, you know, as our ancestors came, there were Germans and Swedes and Norwegians and French, and so, you know, we're a melting pot, a hodgepodge of all of the best makes us Faribault.
Yep, absolutely. I like the way you think, Barb.
Well, you know, we have such a wealth here. We are so rich with knowledge and history that we have to take that and we have to use it, and we sometimes have to spin it, but
It's a blessing, really.
it is a blessing.
Yeah.
It truly is a blessing.
I mean, it's a blessing to have all these different cultures, I think.
Well, when you need
Can
something,
learn from each other.
absolutely, there's always somebody you can call that has information that is gonna.
You have a great Christmas.
You as well, and to all of your listeners from the Faribault Chamber of Commerce, thank you for your support. Shop local and support our local business.
Wow, I couldn't have said it better. Barb Larson. That's today's edition of AM Minnesota on KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota. Paradise will be stopping by on Monday. Hope you can tune in.